Was Tyson as surprised as anybody when he was like, "Hey, what did I do? Why is my name out there?"
Yeah. I mean, I guess when things get out of hand, and we got people leaving, so people just have so much to say, and narratives get made up. That's one thing I've definitely learned over my past, a year and a half being here, is that, and the media can definitely twist and turn things to, make situations come to life, and it's a whole bunch of smoke there in the situation. So no, I mean, we're all behind our quarterback, and that's fake news.
Good blocking on the perimeter, and that opens it up for Tyler Scott.
That's right. It's Packers week. And as we keep going on, I got to be honest, I'm getting more and more excited about this new hire with Thomas Brown. I think we're gonna see some great things this week. But before we bring on Tyler Scott, I want to let everybody know that the largest sports book in Las Vegas is right at your fingertips in Illinois. The Circa Sports app is sports betting the way it should be. Bet anywhere in Illinois and experience high betting limits, better money line splits, more in-game betting, and the best customer service. Download your new bookie today. Visit circasports.com and start betting like a pro from anywhere in Illinois. And if you or someone you know has a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234. All right, a lot of things to discuss, so let's waste no time and bring on the man of the hour, Tyler Scott of the Tyler Scott Show. And Tyler, listen, buddy, you're what? You played a season and a half in the NFL, but yet it probably seems like you've played in 10. So much stuff has gone on in your NFL life so far. How are you hanging in there? How are you as a human being? How are you hanging in there?
Yeah. No, man, I'm hanging in there. Me and actually Tyson Bajan were just talking about it. We're like, man, what a year and a half, almost 2 years. You know what I'm saying? We didn't go through our first 2 years. So I'm not in it alone. I've had guys that's been with me since I first got here. So we're going through it together. So, but I'm doing good though. I'm doing good.
Tyson's name is in the news now. What's going on? Like we still love Caleb, right? Caleb's our guy. Right? I heard DJ Moore on Wednesday said that the full support's there. But was Tyson as surprised as anybody when he was like, "Hey, what did I do? Why is my name out there?"
Yeah. I mean, I guess when things get out of hand, and we got people leaving, so people just have so much to say, and narratives get made up, and that's one thing I've definitely learned over my past a year and a half being here, is that, and the media can definitely twist and turn things to make situations come to life, and it's a whole bunch of smoke there in the situation. So no, I mean, we're all behind our quarterback, and that's fake news.
Yeah, I always take that kind of stuff with a grain of salt, and it's always interesting to me that it's always somebody who's not in Chicago who starts talking about things like that. I'm like, why does this person even weighing in on this? And you think about the places that they work for, and you're like, well, they know that they can cause a lot of drama by just floating these things out there. But still, what floated out there is Shane Waldron was ultimately let go. Not something immediately after the game, where a lot of fans, were out for blood after that game on Sunday. But a couple days later, the decision was made to move on from Shane Waldron. What was your initial reaction? How did you find out? What were you going through when you heard the news?
Yeah, I want to say I found out through social media.
Of course.
Yeah, I woke up, and that was like one of my ESPN alerts that I kind of seen when I first got on my phone, and I was like, oh wow. I know Coach Flus kind of mentioned the day before, they were going to make some changes on offense, but I wasn't sure exactly how deep that was going to be. But obviously decided to move on from offensive coordinator and elevate Thomas Brown. But yeah, no, honestly, I was pretty surprised. Especially with the history of the Bears, they usually allow their guys and the people they hire to finish out the season, historically. But it looks like that that was not something that they were kind of going against the grain of history there. Outside for other reasons, because we had a DC get let go last year or resigned, and then we also had our running back coach. But those were for, I guess, more different situations than I guess on the field wise. I guess you could say. But yeah, no, I mean, I was definitely surprised that they kind of let him go. But no, I mean, it is what it is. And, we're not producing and the offense is looking the way it was, then, you got to make a change somewhere.
What does it do? Because, obviously I've lived in, I work for the NFL Network, but it is still a corporate entity and there's layoffs. And, I've worked in situations where, my boss has been let go and it's really awkward. Like you kind of walk around for a couple of days and you're like, there's not like survivor's guilt, but like there's still like there's something in the air because you worked with this person, you got to know him and you saw him every day. Is there that type of thing? Is it like that in the NFL when something like this happens, or is it just like, hey, that's the business, that's the NFL?
Yeah, no, it's definitely kind of more of like that's the business, that's the NFL. You definitely I guess it depends too, like kind of where you're at, with your relationship with the, said person. But for the most part, especially when it happens with players sometimes and even coaches, it's more so just kind of like that's the business of the game, and it's kind of next man up, and you just keep moving forward, and you appreciate what the previous person did, and you just continue to grow and learn, and it's just kind of the nature of the game.
Yeah, and it being the offensive coordinator now, because last year you mentioned it was the defensive coordinator, and then you're like, that's on y'all, I'm over here. No, so I understand it's a little bit different, but with these moves, it creates new opportunities for people. And Thomas Brown is a player or a former player who turned coach, who highly respected around the NFL, has got a great resume. What's the past couple of days been like with Thomas Brown? I know it's a small sample size, but you've been working with him. He was the passing game coordinator. What's that change been like with Thomas?
Yeah, I mean, he definitely brings a different type of mindset and demeanor to the table. He talked today in front of the team, and he just kind of had this. He brought a great speech. He had that just kind of had people kind of fired up, and that's one thing that even before he was elevated. He would do these sessions where he would talk through some of our practices throughout the week, and he just always had a good command and just presence about him when he talked. He always had good words of wisdom that had you sit back and think, things that would encourage you, things that would, just like I said, might kind of make your mind wonder about different things and, put things in perspective. He's always talking about controlling the things you control and, things of that nature. So he definitely brings a different type of mentality to the table. So far, it's kind of been it's really been a rejuvenation of the team, or at least on the offensive side. And I really don't even want to say a rejuvenation. I want to say it's more of just a new mindset, because, you think of like a rejuvenation, I think it maybe kind of die just because it's a new thing. But I want to say it's more so like a new mindset that we're looking, for heading, forward into the season. And you could definitely see that even today. Like, we probably had our best practice. Even on both sides of the ball, we probably had our best practice today we've had in a while. It was pretty intense. Guys were going, guys were amped up, and it was intentional. Our walkthrough, just everything was super intentional. The play calls this week, the playbook it feels very, very intentional this week, and I think that we're all confident in that. So I think it's definitely a new mindset going in the building, and from the quarterback all the way through the coaches down to the quarterback through the players. So definitely a positive change. I think sometimes this thing can go good and sometimes go bad, but we'll see. We'll see how it trends moving forward. But so far so good.
It's I hear the word energy being thrown around. Like there's a different energy or something like that, a different enthusiasm maybe. But it also we've heard players talk about this before. About wanting to be instructed more, wanting to be coached harder. You talk about the intensity in practice. Is it, or are you talking about that? But like, is it chippiness or is it just more urgency?
Yeah, not even really chippy, just more urgent. Like getting the play call in the huddle, getting lined up. If we mess something up, right on the spot, we're redoing the play, reloading the play. Hey, let's get it right. I just little things. Just everything is very intentional. Walkthroughs. Very intentional with just communication and your landmarks, knowing what you're supposed to do. Like it was just a level up, and everything just felt super, like I said, super intentional. And one thing about Thomas, he mentioned about just juice. Like he mentioned, when he talked to the offense, like bringing the juice every day. And that was like his word that he kept using, was just bring the juice. You know what I'm saying? Bring the juice, be the side of the football that can bring it every day. And just practice, have fun. And that was the other thing, just bringing the juice, and then that juice, having fun. And today's practice, like it was probably one of the funner practices we've had, throughout the year, if I'm being honest. And we missed some passes, we missed some, runs and blocks and things of that nature, but it was more so, it wasn't more of like a depressing thing. It was just kind of like we were just playing and things like that happen in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like things like that, you're going to miss passes, you're going to miss runs, but as long as you're doing that 100%, being intent, just, having a positivity. That was another word he used as well. Positivity, just a good positivity, but what's the word? How he put it. But basically he was just talking about having a positivity around the building that is comfortable with, criticism and accountability, you know what I'm saying, in that positivity. So, he just, like I said, just really good as far as his mindset and translating that mindset into the walkthroughs, into the meetings, and ultimately onto the practice field and hopefully into the game.
Yeah, you know what? It's one of those things too. And in coaching, it comes down like through all levels of coaching. Listen, I'll point to my Coach of the Year trophy right over here, but like, if you make mistakes in practice, that's where it's supposed to be. You'd rather make mistakes in practice so you don't make them in the game. Does it feel like something like that had been missing before? Like now because like one of the things that we've noticed about Caleb Williams is like he doesn't turn the ball over, but at the same time, it feels like you're not making huge plays either. Is there going to be like an opportunity for Caleb to really go out there and kind of show his true self, so to speak?
Yeah, I think so. I think, like I said, we've had talks amongst us players, and just as a, just amongst ourselves, just approaching things differently, throughout the week, just enhancing our routine, just a little bit more so we can have a better connection on the field, trusting each other, and just things of that nature. Like we've definitely taken the right strides, I feel, as a team, as players to be intentional with what we're doing moving forward. And so I feel like moving forward, I feel like you felt it today in practice, and just moving forward, I feel like you'll be able to start to see that thing, just to see it, unravel, to see the trust, to see the chemistry to continue to build, like we want it to.
Is it weird that a lot of this is happening during Packers week? Because usually Packers week brings its own little energy. And now you've got all this going on when the Green Bay Packers are coming to town. Like, honestly, I had a different idea of where we would be in week 11 for Packers week. This was not what I had envisioned. With all this stuff happening during Packers week, is that good or bad? Is that instead of focusing too much on the Packers, you're now focusing on yourself, or does it even matter one way or the other?
I guess at the end of the day, we'll see, come the result on Sunday. But I think, just like I said, just being in the building, being around the guys, being around the coaches, I feel like like I said, our mindset has really shifted, and I feel like it shifted in the right direction. And I feel like on the pace and the way that we're going so far, like I feel confident, I feel confident in what we have moving forward. So I think, we kind of addressed things, and we obviously made some changes, and we've kind of, like I said, we've opened the floor, and I feel like we've kind of got an understanding, with each other, and us as players just taking accountability for ourselves, to take it upon ourselves to just take this thing to the next level. I think is what is like a huge difference that we've had. It's just us as players, taking this thing to the next level, doing the little things on and off the field to push this thing even farther. So, like I said, I'm optimistic about Sunday. I feel like we have the right mindset, the right energy going in. I love the game plan. Like I said, I feel like the game plan is intentional this week. Hard to describe what I mean by that, but I just feel like we are set up for success this week, versus the defense that we're going against. So, like I said, I'm optimistic this week.
No, give me the game plan. What are we doing? What is going? No, don't say anything. No, stop.
Oh.
Don't say a word. Stop. Cut the tape, Sammy. Does Thomas wear his Super Bowl ring around? Is that something that he does? Does he ever flash that out? Does he look like Bud Kilmer in Varsity Blues, where he's walking around? Do you even know the movie Varsity Blues? Probably not.
Yeah.
You do know the movie Varsity Blues?
Yeah.
Remember when Bud Kilmer came out and he's showing his District 12 championship ring or whatever? Does Thomas Brown do that? Is he like, hey,
no,
I got the ring right here, guys?
No, he's a humble guy, man. He's a humble guy. Not a flashy type of guy, man. He, he beforehand he was just kind of in the back, just doing his job. Not a real flashy type of guy, but I always loved when he spoke because he always has something good to say. But no, he doesn't flaunt his ring around.
Did he change? Did he change at all? Because listen, I've been through situations like this at work where like somebody, like one of our supervisors gets let go. There's a layoff. Somebody gets elevated. Sometimes the people change completely. You're like, this is a different person. Other times it's like, hey, it's the same guy. It's just Charlie. Hey, just Charlie's running. Hey, he's in charge of everything now. Has he changed at all?
I don't think he's changed in just as who he is as a person. Like I said, I mean, the speech he gave, like a lot of people loved it, but I was like,
he had rehearsed that, right?
Like in the defensive side.
He rehearsed it like Clooney in Ocean's 11.
He probably did, but like the defensive side was like, man, I like that, but it was like for me, I think the offensive side, it was like, yeah, we've heard this before. Like that's TB, man. Like that's he gonna bring something to the table. But I feel like he's definitely like you're in a new role now. You're in a role that requires much more than what you were doing before. So I think there should be an uptick. Or at least a change in your approach. I feel like as far as just your expectations and things of that nature, you have to set a standard being in that new role. But as far as like who he is and how he's been carrying himself, I mean he's carried himself with the same attitude and more so kind of just demeanor. Like he just, like I say, just same TV. Like I see him in the hallway. What's up, dog? You know what I'm saying? We say what's up.
I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. I'm coaching an all-star team now, and I go out there and give my little spiel, and the 7 new girls who I've never coached before are like fired up and ready to go, and the 3 girls who are on my team are like, yeah, we've heard this. We know this is what we get. I see it. It happens. That's all good though. But it's good to know that he hasn't changed and everything's positive. I'll let you know. Listen, last year he was a part of that Carolina Panthers team that went to Lambeau and put up 30 points on those guys. So I'm fired up. I think when you look at Thomas's resume and whatever happened in Carolina happened, the thing of it was whatever. I went through the numbers the other day. But I think as somebody who's been interviewing for head coaching positions, somebody who has respect around the league, this feels like something the Chicago Bears absolutely needed. Notice I'm saying now the Chicago Bears are not weak, but this is something that we needed. And I think that having this juice and having this energy is going to be something, me, I'm always going to pick us to win, and I'm never going to back down from that. But I'm very positive too. I think if you would have talked to me Tuesday as compared to today, my demeanor has changed a lot. And I'm going to trust the process. I'm going to trust the players who are out there and believe in what we were going to do from the beginning of the season. So, hey, it starts off brand new. We're 0-0. Let's get going. Let's get started. Excited about that. Also, before you go, I got a special treat today. But I know traditionally this part of the show, we start breaking out some cards, and I want to let everybody know that at Windy City Sports Cards, they specialize in buying and selling all things related to Chicago sports. Whether you are a diehard fan of the Bears, Bulls, Cubs, Whitehawks, Blackhawks, or Sky, they've got you covered with an extensive selection of sports memorabilia and collectibles. In addition to their Chicago-focused items, they also offer a vast collection of sports trading cards and memorabilia from all teams and all players. Windy City Sports Cards. But you know what? Guess what? We're going to bring on Mike from Windy City Sports Cards. We feel like you need to be cheered up a little bit. It's been a tough week. So let's bring on Mike from Windy City Sports Cards. And by the way, I was
Mike.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Going good.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Love that shirt, Adam.
Yeah, it's a great shirt. I appreciate you sending it. Now every week we do go over some cards. Tyler likes to share one. I'll share one, and then I know you got some stuff for us too. Tyler, why don't you kick us off? What are we rocking today?
Okay, cool. So today, this is actually piggybacking off of last week. So last week, if you remember, I had Magic Johnson's first on-card solo from the 1981 Topps set. If you remember, I had on last week. So this week, I chose his counterpart in Larry Bird.
Oh,
so
nice.
That same set, which is a very rare set, Topps 1981 Topps set, very rare set, hard set to have. I got this around the same time I got that card. I was about 11 or 12 years old. So I have this card. This is Larry Bird's. Also, this is his first solo card, as well. And there it is, 1981 Topps, Larry Bird.
Very nice.
Oh.
That is a very nice
one of
card.
my favorite cards. It's an amazing card. It's an amazing card. I don't know about the light, but yeah. So we got this week.
I don't like the Larry Bird that much myself, but like it's interesting because when you start talking about the greatest players in NBA history, and obviously we were talking about this last week. I'm a big Magic guy. It's Michael, LeBron. Obviously, Tyler's into LeBron. Larry Bird doesn't get mentioned enough, and I think a lot of it was because of his injury. But what a great player he was. And if him and Magic weren't playing at the same time, I think the title count would be a little bit different too. So great
back and forth there.
Great set.
That was a great few decades there of basketball with Magic, Bird. I mean,
Jordan coming into
games.
the league.
Jordan
was there. Yeah, Jordan started in '83. And we talked about this last week. Like Jordan didn't show up in '91. He showed up in '83. Yeah. So or '84, right?
But he was getting swept though. But I don't think he ever beat Larry Bird in a playoff game.
No, never. He dropped 63 on him, but he never beat him.
He did drop 63, but he lost.
Okay, well, I'm going to show one. I have this great card. Look at this Lamar Jackson card. Oh, look at this one. If my friend didn't, just no-sell me as he was walking out of the tunnel, this was actually in my backpack to give to him.
Is that what it was?
But he blew right past me. I'm going to blame it on Omar. You didn't want to stop and talk to Omar Ruiz. Actually, what's funny is Omar was talking to Shane Waldron at that time, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to be a part of this conversation. And Tyler just kind of ran right by, and then I got caught in the locker room. I still owe you that card. I will give it to you.
It's still going up in value, so I'm sure either the Kincaid and that one is still going up. So
the Kincaid one's over here.
That Kincaid is sick because it has the football too on there, so it's a dual patch. Yeah, that Kincaid's nice.
Very nice, very nice. And I'm enjoying the Cole Kmet. I'm hoping Thomas Brown remembers that Cole Kmet's on the team so he can raise the value of my card again. That was me talking. That's nobody else. I'm not speaking for anybody. But what do we got today, Mike? What are we doing? What's happening?
So we'll break a couple cards and we'll break a couple helmets. How about that?
Oh, my gosh.
Right?
Amazing.
So the first one, we'll do a hit parade. We'll do a Canton series.
Woo!
Right? So this is numbered 40 out of 100. So we'll see what's in this one.
So the Canton series, it's all guys who are in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah. Oh, this is sick. Marcus Allen, auto patch.
Whoa.
That's hard.
That's sick.
That's hard. That's a good one. Yeah, Marcus.
How much do you know about Marcus Allen, Tyler?
I know quite a bit. I watched his a Football Life. I know a lot.
Yeah.
He went to USC. Knew he was behind. Well, had a little riff with Al Davis when he was with the Raiders, and brought in Bo Jackson. He went to the Kansas City Chiefs thereafter. Had a great career. I think he was with Joe Montana for a little bit while he was there. He had his iconic run in the Super Bowl in was it 84?
Pretty high. It would have been a 1984 year. Yeah, it was 83 season, but it was 84. Yeah,
84. So I know he had his iconic, little run versus the at the time the Redskins. I watched his Football Life, and he was somebody growing up like I really loved looking up to, just as far as his journey and how he got to where he was.
This is one of the things I always enjoy about having you on with this stuff, Tyler, is that you do have this deference for history. Especially for the greats like Marcus Allen. And I was a kid when he was playing at USC. He played behind a guy named Charles White, who had also won the Heisman Trophy. And then he goes to the Raiders, and that whole thing went down, and it just never made sense. And Bo Jackson was brought in, and just a wild time. And I remember the Monday Night Football games. They would be they would always put Kansas City and the Raiders on Monday Night Football, and Marcus Allen would have the best games of his career, and Al Davis would just be sitting there in that luxury box, just smoldering. I was always such great drama. What a great pull.
They ended up putting him with fullback for a little bit too.
100%. Yeah, that's how they tried to humble him, make him play fullback for Bo Jackson before they got rid of him.
He was a great back, man. Yeah. All right, we'll do a hit parade Windy City real quick. We'll do another one of those. See what we got in here. Oh, that one's sick too. That's a Johnny Morris autograph.
Whoa.
This is 1 of 25, I think. Yep.
Oh my gosh.
That's a sick one.
All-time leading receiver in Chicago.
That's a Gridiron Kings. Yeah, that's a sweet card.
Look at who has been reading the halls at Hallis Hall there. Love it. Yeah, that's one of the cool things, about the Bears. Like, it is cool having that. I love going downstairs, right outside the rooms there, the basement level. And they have all that.
Yeah, outside the media rooms, they got the Mike Ditka and.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do another quickie here. This is an Origins 2021. So you get 2 autos and then 1 rookie auto patch in this box.
Oh, wow.
This is 7 cards total, so this is a quick break. I know Tyler likes his cards.
Definitely.
Origin's always hot. This is 2021, so you got, Trey Lance.
2021 year.
Then 21-21.
Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
Yep. Penny Sewell.
Penny. You got Michael
Remember,
Parsons.
there was the debate was between Penny Sewell and Jamar Chase, and the answer was yep, either one's fine.
Yeah.
Well, I think the Lions did better because they ended up with Amon-Ra St. Brown, who I don't think he's as good as Jamar. I don't think he's as good as Jamar Chase, but still,
Yeah. You got Amon-Ra in there, Jamar, Michael Parsons.
You got a Kenny Galladay from the Giants.
From the Giants.
Yeah.
He was such a good player. I think I know that he's he arrived and left way too quickly, but during his little prime there, such a money player.
He was good.
A lot of that
Monty
stuff.
Williams. There's the Monty Williams patch.
Got a
Very
couple
nice.
of his autos.
He's Audric Estime starting to step up there in Denver for all the Notre Dame people out
It's
here.
a 5 out of 15. That's a nice card.
That's a really nice card.
And we got a auto here. I don't even know this guy. Travis
Trevor
from
Lawrence
the
is here, too.
Jaguars. I don't even know if is he still playing?
Is that Travis Gibson?
No. I can't see the last name. That's the only thing I don't like about these Origins. It's hard to see the names. And you got Jalen Darren auto patch.
Oh, nice.
That's a cool card.
Great college player.
Michael Thomas. That's a good card right there.
Where are we on Michael Thomas? I like Michael Thomas. I thought he was nice when he was out there. Ohio State guy.
Yeah, no, he's an Ohio State legend for sure. I know he caught one of a huge touchdown pass in 2014.
Now you got a Bear, but he was a Lion then. Swift. DeAndre Swift.
DeAndre Swift.
We'll take it.
No. I like DeAndre.
All right, that one wasn't too bad. Let's break a helmet. So these are auto helmets.
Oh my God.
Okay.
So how do people purchase cards? How do we find out more about your stuff?
So basically online, you can go to eBay or you can go to my website and just obviously, as I said in the past, I don't list everything because it fluctuates, right?
Right.
And 80% of what I do is find cards for people, right? That's majority of what I do. And I have, my own stock that I have that I don't post everything, right? And I don't keep everything. So I guess the best way is just to go to the website and message me, email me and let me know what you're looking for. Because I'll probably have it 9 times out of 10, or I'll use one of my contacts to find the card, right?
Gotcha.
Okay.
It's always good to have cards listed and for people to see, but it fluctuates so much, and it's you also don't want to be caught in a bad spot either, right? So
yeah, for sure.
You could sell a card today for 25 graded, and the player does well, it could be 200 next week.
Yeah,
right?
Very true.
But these are full size. Oh, that's sweet. That's a dolphin.
Ooh.
Is these old guys too or new guys?
Newer, I think. This is a Waddle.
Is it Waddle?
Yeah.
I was gonna say Waddle. I was gonna say him.
I was gonna say Larry Zonka.
Larry Zonka. Yeah. I was
That's a
thinking
nice
Waddle.
helmet right
He was
there.
on the mind. He started off on Monday so hot. And you're like, he's back, baby.
Yeah.
And then that was it. Then they're like, yep, okay, we're good. You're like, you guys aren't going back to Dan Waddle anymore? Is this the way it's going to be, Tua? Like, I get it.
That's a hot one. That's a good pull.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
All right. Well, dude,
How many
Mike.
cards do you get graded? I know you got a lot of raw cards that you show, but do you have any? You prefer graded or raw?
I guess it depends. I'll put it this way: like any card I have graded, it's a PSA 10 rookie card. So like, I want to say all the cards I have that are graded are for the exception of maybe one is a Shohei.
Yeah.
They're all like PSA 10 like rookies. That's the only graded cards I'll end up buying or get. For the exception of like something like like the older cards, I'll go for like maybe not necessarily the rookies, but some of the more iconic ones. But yeah, for the most part though, outside of that, pretty much raw cards. And if I get something that I really like that I'm like, I can get that graded, then maybe. But
very cool, man.
Well,
I'll have to bring one up.
Yeah, I got a division foe here, so I don't even know who the hell this is. I think this is Laporta, maybe. I don't know.
Ooh, Sam Laporta?
Sam Laporta.
That's nice. That's one of
It's a good long-term one right there.
Ooh, I know. I know
nice
his numbers
helmets.
aren't. Yeah, I know all the fantasy managers are upset with him, but he's still playing really good football. Obviously, he's battling an injury right now, but still playing some pretty good football.
Out of Iowa, right?
Yeah, he was a Hawkeye. Yeah.
Yeah, Iowa, tight end you. Well, listen, Mike, thanks so much for stopping by today. We really appreciate it. Once again,
Always
Windy City
enjoy it.
Sports Card. Listen, it's not just Chicago sports, it's all sports in general. Mike, thank you so much for being here. Tyler, good luck this week against the Packers. I know it's been very tumultuous. That's why we brought Mike on. We wanted to cheer you up. Get your mind at ease right now. It's going to be fine. Listen, I've been through layoffs before. I'm okay. You're going to be fine. This is going to be a good week.
Good week.
It's going to be a good week.
It's going to be a good week, man. It's going to be a good week.
There it is.
I'm excited. I'm excited the way this team's been practicing and the way we're going. So.
Well, thank you guys for being here. Thanks for everybody for watching. Windy City Sports Cards is the place to check out. Be sure to check us out later this week. We got the sick picks coming up. And until that time, bear down. And Sammy, go ahead and play us out.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sick Podcast with Adam Rank on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcast. Brought to you by Circa Sports Illinois.